YouTube faithful, what is going on? It is Monday, and there is a Monday night football game with the Bucks versus the Chiefs, and there's 15 NBA games to go over. So there's going to be a ton of value coming down the pike for NBA. For NFL, things are already pretty much the same. They've already been bumped. These are things hopefully you got in early, and if you didn't, maybe there's still some value to be found for the NFL. My goal would be to tell you guys to take 2 NFL and 2 NBA plays that you like, combine them together, and hopefully you can come up with a 4-man, and then break those down into 2 smaller lineups for 2v2 and 1v1 skinny stack. Now, if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead, sit back. I'm going to do this quickly as I can. I'm hoping 12 to 15 minute video. If you're new here, smash the like, go ahead and hit the subscribe, and we will cover this the best that we can. So the first thing you're going to want to do is have DG loaded, and you're going to want to go and find out all the value. Disregard the fantasy scores for now because they use a different calculation. For now, we're looking for market data based on something like this. Luka Doncic under 8 assists. You can see 7.5 across the board. You know you're getting value there. You could take that less on PrizePicks right away. Same thing with Alvarado. He's 6 here, 5.5 everywhere else. That is how you can find quick value. On a 15-game slate, this is going to be critical, especially 1 hour before lock, which is called crunch time. Most of the lines will be settling and will be green, and the 54 to 55% will be popping like crazy. Now, just because something is priced at 54% doesn't mean that it's going to hit. There's still 46% of the time where it doesn't hit. There's just so many people that don't understand simple, basic math. It blows my mind, but these are things that you need to understand. It's if something is 52.9%, that doesn't mean you put it in your little poverty lineup and it means that you're guaranteed to win because you saw 52.9%. Or the same thing way up here with 54%. What do you think? You just get to disregard the other 46% of the time where it goes over? In this case, you think you're just the exception to basic mathematics? You're not. So stop using that as some type of it's just, if you think like that, you shouldn't be gambling unless you're doing it just for complete fun because you're just so far behind in the race. I'm not trying to be rude to anybody, but you got to just understand this stuff. It's a fixed payout structure system is how you find value on that, okay? So this is the first thing you're going to want to be doing. And then after that, if you have a projection sheet or some type of data model you can use, you could plug that in to go and find your plays. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is the NBA. Then I'm going to go over to the NFL. And it's going to be Ja Morant, more 14.5 rebounds plus assists. Now, this is going to be very popular and for good reason. Ja Morant is back in the mix. No issues for now. We'll knock on wood or hold our breath. But you can just see what he's been doing if you actually do click 18, 24, 19, 12. That tells me his ceiling is just insane right now. Now, if we go look at it a little deeper, you could see rebounds allowed 18th, assists allowed 17. He's playing not a lot of minutes either. 31, 28, 29, 24. They're low-key gatekeeping his minutes, but look at the score. 124 to 107, 122 to 99, 119 to 106. He just played this team on October 30th. And what do you see? 19 rebounds plus assists. In that game, he had 13 rebound chances. He had 16 potential assists. So you take 16 plus 13, you get 29. He only has to get 50% of his total potential rebounds plus assists to cover 14.5. The fact that he just did it against this team and he only played 29 minutes makes me love this. Listen, if he sells, he sells. But if this game somehow can stay close and he plays 34 to 35 minutes, he's going to get even more potential rebounds and potential assists. Now, if you just want to go ahead and take his assists, you can. But I'm telling you, this is the highest it's been. The other day, his assist line was a demon at 9.5. And now it's just 9. So you can take it because you can still see he's getting 16, 25, 18. He's just facilitating way more than I've ever seen him. And we have to keep doing this until the books adjust his line to what it should be, okay? Kind of like a Chris Paul, James Harden this season. Every season, new trends and things adapt. This is one that I want to be on top of right now. So Ja Morant, more 14.5 rebounds plus assist. It's going to be popular. Or you could just take his assist. And I love that Gabi at 7.5. Now, the caveat to this is I will say he is due regression. He could go out there tonight and decide that he's just going to score and drop 30 real points and not dish it at all. That's a possibility where he doesn't get there. You always want to be thinking about both sides of the coin so you're not left at the end of the night scratching your head being like, did I do something wrong? No. Minutes equals money. Minutes equals opportunity. and that's all there is to it. Okay, so either one of these are mint in my opinion. And then I have another person from that same game on the other side of the ball, which is Dorian Finney-Smith of all people. Lanky Dorian Finney-Smith, the number 4 power forward. He plays the 4. They're ranked 21st in rebounds allowed. Memphis currently is. Again, they just played him when he's able to get 5. This one's going to be a little bit tricky. 28 minutes, 27 minutes, 28 minutes, 36 minutes. Against Memphis, he had 28 minutes, but check this out. He had 10 potential rebounds that game. 10. So again, we're in the same situation with Ja. He only needs to get 50% of his total potential rebounds, and he will cover this for us. It'll be green. And if you look, he normally is averaging roughly around 10, okay? He had 16 here, 12 here, 7 here. I would say roughly 9, so the line is really right where it should be at 4.5, but I do believe he's going to get it, and if you go look at the data, you could see minus 130 all across the books. They all pretty much are in consensus. I personally, in my data model, have him getting 5. It's going to be sweaty because it's Dorian Finney freaking Smith, but if he does get 30 minutes, hopefully he can pull 5 rebounds down. Now, I wouldn't anchor him by any means, but he is someone that you would want to have exposure to 110%. And like I said, there is a ton of ways you could go on this board to attack it. There's 15 games, which means all 30 teams are in the mix today, which is why it's very important that you do attend the live stream that I will have today at 5:15 Central, because that is where we're going to find that crunch time value 1 hour before lock, and we're also going to be able to find anything else that we may have missed. So I hope to see you guys in the mix. Now, the next person that I want to talk about is unfortunately going to be popular too, and that is Bilal Koulibaly. Koulibaly. I forget how to say it. Okay, I know it's Koulibaly, but let's just call him Cooley. Okay, B Cooley. We'll nickname him B Cooley around here. Okay, more 14.5 points. He's getting minutes, and I want to be on top of these trends again before they're no longer there. If you look at points allowed versus the small forward, Golden State is ranked 28th, and this dude has been cooking. He dropped 22 on Miami, 27 in Atlanta, 17 in Atlanta, 23 against Cleveland. Forget Atlanta because they're poverty, but Cleveland and Miami, they play slow, and they also have decent defenses. I'm totally going with Koulibaly, and look at his minutes. Minutes equals money equals opportunity. 33, 34, 36, 35 minutes. It's crispy. Look at field goals. 12, 14, 12, 16. Because of that reason, I am taking him at 14.5 points more on PrizePicks. Again, it's a popular play, but for good reason. I hate taking popular plays. I really do. But I think it's early enough in the season where you can get away with it and it not be the end of the world, because even then, it's still only 10,000, whereas someone like Giannis has 37,000. And as I'm making this video, it's like they read my mind because they removed Ja Morant's 14.5 RA, so you're going to want to get it on another sports provider like Chalkboard, Sleeper, or heck, even Underdog, because Underdog will probably have it in the mix, and you can use promo code CRUSH, and just like that, it's right back there. But I will tell you this, by the time this video is edited and put out there, it may be gone. But I do believe that this is a crispy 2-man right here. You could add in Dorian Finney-Smith, and you could get it 4.5 rebounds right there. That's 3 NBA plays that I really like today. I think they're good. I think these 2 should be your priority. Dorian could be a dart throw, meaning you don't want to have too much exposure to him. And then I have a bunch of other ones that I do like and will like. They're posted in the Discord right here, right now, and we will go over them in the live stream again, just like I said. So before I transition over to the NFL, the Monday night primetime where my Bucks, let's talk about that cord real quick. So the weekend was a mixed bag because Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night, or Thursday night and Friday night were epic. Saturday night was poverty because the NBA was poverty, but Friday night was absolutely chef's kiss. And then yesterday, the community slip yesterday didn't hit, which was Swift, Lamb in London reboot, Nakua reboot, Slayton cashed, they loved Nick Chubb, he didn't hit, and Swift hooked his fantasy points. Other than that, it was a decent lineup that we had our community vote. We had over 200 people in the live stream voting for the community slip. If they would have voted the other way on some of these options, because I know I had Kyron Williams rush attempts on that one. On the bottom, Nick Chubb. I had the over 28 field goal prop on here. There was a bunch of things, but whatever it is, I don't care. I tail the community slip. We're going to do another one tonight in the live stream. Everybody's going to get to vote. This one didn't hit. Fridays and Thursdays, or Saturdays and Fridays both went 4 of 5, okay? So 4 of 5, or Fridays and Thursdays, we're coming up on that 10x. We still doubled our money. This was my NFL two-man that I gave out to everybody. Jaden and Chase. Sometimes, guys, no matter how many games there are, no matter what is there, it's just the simplistic two-man that what you can count on. You don't need to be coming up with 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, forcing things because you missed it or whatever else. All that stuff leads to nowhere's land but deposit screen. Sometimes it's just a simple two-man. If everybody in the Discord would have just tailed this and did nothing else, they would have ended Sunday and been profitable. But Sunday was a day riddled with injuries, weird rotations, blowouts, etc. So a lot of people got too creative and they got wrecked. And that's going to happen. And in addition to that, you throw in that the lines are surgical. Gibbs hooked fantasy. Swift hooked fantasy. Those two were very popular. I loved them. I told them in my Discord and they hooked. That's going to happen. So it's the same thing tonight. Maybe you just need to find your favorite 2 or your favorite 4 and go with that. You don't always need to be putting in 5 or 6 legs multiple times. If you have the bankroll for it, fine, but 90% of you don't. So just be honest with yourself. You know your situation, okay? But I will say this. It was a good day for a lot of people. Marks, The Truth, Biggs, Musa, JFK Security. Shout out, cooked my first parlay with all the knowledge he taught me. Been a cord member for 2 years. Hi, YouTube. Jayhawk, Logan. Oh, look, Logan wanted his YouTube shout out. This was his 6th man. He took De'Aaron Fox from Friday night. That was one of my favorite plays from the Discord. Anthony Davis, we talked about that on the YouTube, and Ant Edwards. Those 3, and then he mixed them up with King Henry and some type of Valorant plays, which I don't cover, and he got that. And then he did his tacos and everything else. He had himself a good day, so good for Logie. C. Ward, who was in the live stream, tailed the 2-man and took this 3-man. These were discussed on the live stream as well. That Aubrey 48.5 longest yard was great. Spartan put together a surgical 5-man for the cord. Everybody could have tailed it. It was up there for days. That cashed a 10x. Glitch God put Bo Nix, Chase, and Daniels. He added in Bo Nix. I loved Bo Nix's fantasy score. Cashed that. Watts tailed a couple. He got in the mix. Yant 33 tailed. A bunch of people tailed. I didn't even get to post my winning slips from Friday night, but I promise you it was surgical. It was basically a sweep. The Truth says all from the projection sheet. You make it too easy for us, and he's absolutely right. Tuna Crush. I think she made this on from the projection sheet too. She posted it on Twitter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Congratulations to Tuna. She cooked. What's new? And there's a lot of other people. I got to remember to post my winning slips, but I have a lot going on. Most of you guys see it. You know, most of these slips or plays come from me anyway. So if these are here, they're basically in one form of another from me. So I wanted to give you guys a YouTube on Saturday night, but the storms were going on and everything, so I didn't bother with it. It was very stormy here and everything else. You can get in the Discord right now. People had been asking, how do I get in, guys? It's the same thing. CaptainCrush.net gold package. You'll get projection sheets that look just like this for NBA, NFL, the full plays and the slips, and access to the live stream. So you can see CaptainCrush.net gold package, and everybody's been saying, Cap, that promo's not working. They're sending me DMs. I told you it was going away. I brought it back because there were so many of you that are poverty that missed it, so I brought it back. It's promo code SWEEP, and the next time I take it away, which will be in a few days, it will not be back for a while. So I don't know what you're waiting for, whatever else. You're 15 poverty. I don't care. That's it. It's sweep, lowercase, new members. That'll get you to the dance, and you can be in the live stream today. Now, with every NBA and NFL season and promos, the Discord grows. So I need you guys to act right, watch the server rules video, and everybody keep the peace, and everybody will eventually be on the same page. But for now, people are going to be how they are. So that's that. Now let's talk about NFL. Trying to get through this fast. Now the thumbnail is none other than Mahomes. And what do I want with Mahomes? Well, I think you could take his demon interception because he's thrown one every single game. If you want to ride that train, you certainly can. I think the Bucks could get an interception. I don't love it tonight, but I do think it's in play. His rush attempts at 4.5. Now let me give you the theory behind this right here. His rush attempts at 4.5, the reason I personally like it is because I am a Bucks fan, and I do believe the Chiefs are going to win. Unfortunately, I think they're going to win. We're just missing too much personnel. We don't have Evans. We don't have Godwin. I mean, we're missing defenders. I think we're even missing a lineman now. It's just poverty all the way around. Now, I think Baker can be competitive, and he plays with heart, but I just don't think we have the tools to beat Andy Reid and his Chiefs. Now, here's the caveat. The upside to that is that Mahomes will probably be in victory formation. Now, remember, I had under on Jaden Daniels' rushing attempts yesterday. He had 5 all the way to the end. He kneeled it down 4 times in a row once they got to victory formation, and he ended up with 8 or 9, I forget, and he still stayed under. But like that, real quick, if they go into victory formation, they get those rush attempts. So let's just say the Chiefs have the ball in the end and they are in victory formation. That's going to give us at least 2, possibly 3 rush attempts from Pat Mahomes right there. And then he would only need 2 more to go over the 4.5 rush attempts, which, as you can see, he's been going over every week anyways, whether it's victory formation or just rushing out of the backfield from the pocket collapsing. So I really do think this is a good play. Now, if you think the Bucs are going to go out there and smash them tonight, then maybe you don't take this. I'm taking it because of the added equity of the kneel down. I hope everybody understands that. Now, Pat Mahomes' 1.5 pass TDs was on here earlier. I think it might have even been a demon or a regular play. Now it's a gobby. I did have exposure to that. I did take it earlier, but again, now it's a goblin. So I just went with this. That was the play I liked most. And then I also think you could take Baker Mayfield and Pat Mahomes pass yards. But the problem with this is that everyone's saying that it's going to be raining there tonight. It is projected to rain. And if it is going to be raining, I would want to attack the ground game, which would lead me to Kareem Hunt, which I loved his rush attempts at 17.5. They moved him up to 18, rightfully so, 21, 22, 27. He's just been pounding the rock with no pause required. Do I think you can take it at 18? Sure, but I think it's more likely to land on a push there. Everything Hunt has been bumped. I don't know if it's because of the weather or because money's coming in moving it, but his fantasy was at 13.5, I took more. His rush attempts was at 17.5, I took more, and his yards was at 63.5, and now it's 67.5. If you want exposure to Kareem Hunt, especially with the rain, you 100% can. All of these are in the mix, all right? I'm not going to go into any fancy analytics or waste time with that because I'm trying to get out of here, get this video out quickly for you guys before it's too late and everything's bumped anyways, but that's what I would do with Kareem Hunt. So his rush attempts or his yards, obviously, the Goblin's the best route, the most conservative path to green. And then on the other side, you have Cade Otton, which is going to be the most popular play in America for good reason. And we took him at 5 receptions early in the quarter. Now he's at 5.5. He may even move to 6, or he may move back down to 5. But what I'll tell you this, if you can find Cade at 4.5, you have to take it. And then his yards, I actually like him at 39.5 receiving yards. I do believe he can get 55, which they have here, 50 or 57. But again, it's bumped up from 54.5. So at the end of the day, it's your call. They bumped his fantasy score from 12.5 to 13. They bumped his receiving yards, and they bumped his receptions. He's going to be the most popular player in America. I actually took his longest reception at 18.5, and they even bumped that to 19.5. So they're not playing any games. Another thing you could do is take this combo. Otton and Kelsey, 115. Otton could go for 70. Kels could go for 60, and you'd soar over. Both of those are in play, but we're going to need to watch the weather, okay? The weather is going to be a very big factor. If it's raining all night, we want to attack the ground game, which would be Rachaad White, Bucky Irving, Kareem Hunt, those type of plays. If it clears up, then you can go to the passing game. They can still pass even in the rain, but you just want to do what most likely is going to happen. And then this one right here was 46.5 yesterday, and it didn't make sense to me then. Now it's 47.5. Both of these kickers are good. They're really good. But again, the rain could affect things. And for that reason, I'm going to wait on it. But if it's going to be clear or maybe even just drizzling, I'm locking this in. Aubrey was the one that I took yesterday at 48.5. It was sweat free, and I love these ones. I will go right back to it, okay? It's going to be critical that you guys are on this live stream today so we can break all this down. I'm sorry that if I coming off as like I don't have a lot of energy because my sleep has been abysmal the last 2 nights. All the storms, haven't had a lot of sleep because it was raining all night, got to take care of the dogs, etc. But today's live stream will be at 5:15 Central for everyone that is in the Discord. Again, yesterday we had over 212 people in the mix, and we will do it again today, and we will fire up that community slip and try to get a 5 of 5 banger. Remember, take your favorite 2 NFL, your 2 NBA, mix them together, and then your favorite 2-piece from that 4-man. That way, if that hits, you're going to be covered whether that 4-man doesn't or not. I would flex depending on your bankroll or not. It depends on you. Always price shop, underdog, chalkboard, parlay play, sleeper. Find the best value. Don't be tribalistic to these websites. They're all trying to compete for your dollar, so that's where you want to go. I appreciate you tuning in. Here's the salute. Good luck in all your contests, and as always, my brothers and sisters in Christ, let's crush.